Welcome to this Wood Solutions campus presentation on selling and supplying timber and wood products that are fit for purpose in an application outside above ground. This table is from an earlier presentation and shows the importance of key performance requirements for applications of that type. Applications outside above ground are those where the timber and wood products are routinely exposed to sun, wind and rain. These conditions can lead to decay or weathering of the surface of the material and place demands on how the material is fixed. Resisting wear and tear and resistance to special hazards such as bushfires can be important factors in these applications, but these have been covered in other presentations and won't be covered again here. Applications outside above ground are those that are in hazard class 3 and can include decks and their support structures, handrails, external cladding and external joinery items such as windows and doors. The products used can include sawed hardwood and softwood boards, plywood, high density fibre boards and other products durable enough for use outside or products that have been successfully treated to H3. Having determined that this is an application outside above ground, some key performance requirements are clear while others have to be confirmed through further questions. The performance requirements that are obvious include that the material has to be suitable for H3 hazard conditions. This means it has to be naturally durable, sufficient to perform satisfactorily for the expected service life, and effectively resist the effects of water, wind, sun, fungus, insects, and sources of abrasion. If the timber is not naturally durable, it has to be treated sufficiently to be durable, that is, treated to H3. Or it has to be protected by a suitable coating, such as a quality paint or other protective system. The fixings also have to be sufficiently durable for the expected service conditions. The actual conditions and level of exposure in a H3 area outside above ground can vary a lot. Material can be fully exposed on the flat, like a deck board, or material can be fixed vertically on a wall under an eave. And some boards can be on the sunny side of the building, while others will be on the damp, shady side of the building. The follow-up questions to ask include, what is the material's likely exposure in the application? Is it in a deck or a walling? Does it face the sun? Next, has the client picked a species and a finish? If they have, is the natural durability or level of preservative treatment of the selected timber adequate for the task? Will the finish improve the timber's performance or just increase maintenance overall? Next, what is the expectation for visual performance? Unless protected by a paint or a well-maintained coating, all timber is likely to weather and go grey if it's used outside. Is the material to be painted or coated? This is important as it will add to this timber's protection and its service life. Design for durability is a broad area of specialist design practice, as there are so many different locations on the outside of buildings, using many different timber products in a wide range of climates and landscapes. Wood Solutions design guides and other courses in the Wood Solutions campus provide additional support information on this topic. All that is possible in this course is to highlight several known areas that affect product performance when used outside above ground. The first of these is board stability. The timber and wood product used outside above ground has to remain flat and stable during cycles of wetting and drying. While timber in robust sections may remain flat, timber in thin sections can distort relatively easily, especially wide boards. Also, deck boards that are coated on only one side can cup. This is because moisture can enter the back and top of the boards at different rates. In particular, moisture can enter the unsealed side quickly. This is a particular problem for decks that are built close to the ground, where the underside of the board is exposed to moisture coming out of the ground. The next problem area is inadequate product durability. First, the natural durability of the boards may be inadequate, or the material may break down or decay in an unexpectedly short time. Also, some products are designed to stand being wet on a construction site for several months, but they can deteriorate if they are in a high moisture environment for a long period of time. Particle board flooring, wall framing and nail plated elements are examples of this type of product. Inadequate treatment is the next known problem area. Pine can be preservative treated to H3, suitable for outside above ground. Conventional pine products are often rich in sapwood and can be fully treated, therefore they should perform well. Hardwoods are much harder to treat than pines, and often only the sapwood is successfully treated. Most of the board remains unprotected, and if it has a low natural durability, it can decay relatively quickly. Next, clients can have an unrealistic expectation of how the timber product will perform and how it will look over time. First, all unpainted timber products used outside will weather. That means they will first discolour and they will eventually turn grey. Treated material also weathers. The treatment doesn't protect and stop weathering. The rate and evenness of weathering depends on the wood species and the patterns of exposure in the building. Translucent coatings can slow or decay weathering, but the coatings need regular maintenance. Some timber species can leach sap or water-soluble tannins onto surrounding surfaces when they're wet. These tannins can stain and discolour paving or surfaces located directly below the timber element, and the stains can be very difficult to remove. If this is important, ensure that the timber species selected do not leach tannins significantly. Next, some species also discolour with contamination from iron. The iron can come from numerous sources during construction, from steel filings or iron dust, exposed nails, or just contact with steel tools. Even small amounts of iron can react with tannins in the wood of some species to produce an unsightly dark blue blackish stain that can look like mould. Special treatments are needed to remove the stain. The last common issue is poor fixing selection. Timber used outside above ground will only last as long as the fixings and metal components used to join them together remain serviceable. Generally, hot-dipped galvanised material should be suitable. However, if the application is near a beach or an industrial area, higher durability fixings may be required. Internal grade fixings shouldn't be used for an external application. They tend to fail very quickly. In summary, applications outside above ground are those in hazard class 3 areas, where the timber or wood products are routinely exposed to sun, wind and rain. To select a suitable product, questions about the application that should be asked include: what is the material's exposure in the application? Has a species and a finish been selected? Then, what is the expected visual performance? And is the material to be painted or coated? Each response will influence the selection of a fit-for-purpose product.